So, hello everyone. Today we'll start how to do the arithmetic operations in the Python language. So, you simply type google.com. So, in that, you type Colab. So, this time I'll use the Colab for executing the Python program. So, Google Colab. When you hit enter on this, so like I'll click new notebook, then automatically it goes redirect us here. Okay, so here I can write the new programs. Okay, so first here we will learn how to take the input values and how to print those. Printing is nothing but giving the output. Okay, so first we will learn how to give the input and how to give the output, how to write the output on the console. Console is nothing but the screen. Okay, so next we will discuss about the arithmetic operations. Okay, so how you will take the input. So simply you write the input function. Okay, so input, and you write something name. Okay, so input is a function. So as I told in the last class, so whatever is the function is nothing but a job. Okay, so that the particular task will be implemented by that function. So here we have to write the function name first, and it should have a pair of parentheses. Okay, so if something is having ending with pair of parentheses, means it is called a function. Okay, so for that we need to give the function name. So here in this case, this is the input, and this is a default function given by the Python language, input, and here these are the pair of parentheses. So it is the input function where it takes the input from the users. Okay, so now I will execute this. Then it prompts us to enter something into the name. Okay, so you see I executed this. It's taking some time. Yeah, okay, so here I will write so name, for example, like Rajni. And so when I hit enter, that particular Rajnikant value will be stored in the name. Okay. So when I print the name, automatically the value in that name will be printed. Okay. So this is one way of printing directly, and otherwise, and we have to write in the print function. Okay. So if you see, this is also called a function that is called output function. Okay, so print is called output function, and here input is called the input function. Okay, so whatever you are giving the statements after the hash symbol will not be executed. So these will not be compiled, or these will not be interpreted. Okay, so this will not come under the execution. So like this, executed again. When I click on this play button, so here I'll write my name, Vamsi, and here I am executing the print statement. If you print without anything, nothing will be printed here. Okay, so here I will pass this name argument. Okay, so that argument or parameter name I will write here. Then automatically when I execute this, the value inside the name will be printed. So for example, if it is not a name, so simply it is x, then when you give x, for example, I will execute this now, this will throw an error. Okay, yes, I will execute this first. I will pass something into the parameter into x. Now if I execute this print name, this cannot be printed. Oh, okay, previously that got the compiler stored the name as that. Okay, so I will I will enter x. When I given the x, the value inside the x will be printed. So that is the value inside the x is Vamsi. Okay. Now, for example, I will enter the value for I will consider the values like for addition we need two parameters. So those two parameters I will consider as a and b. Okay, so I will change this x to a and b. Okay, so when you execute this, we can give the value for a as 10, the b as 20. Then when you print x, what happens? Previously, the compiler stored previously x as Vamsi. So I will store, I'll print a, then a will be printed and print b. Value inside the b is 20. So when I execute this, the 20 will be printed. Okay. So now I will a little beautify this. So simply I will write, so enter the value for the parameter a. Okay. So again, I will write here enter the parameter value for the parameter b. Okay. Now, so the value for a is some 23. Enter the value for the parameter b, like something I'll give 55. Then 78 should come as the output. Okay, first of all, I am printing the values inside a and b, 23 and 55. Even I can beautify this, like uh, you see the value inside the parameter or value inside a is, and after this you should give a comma, don't forget. Okay, so whatever you give inside the double quotes will be printed as it is, and the a will be printed like the value inside the parameter a will be printed here. Okay, so simply I will copy this, I will write as it is like this, but the value inside b is b. Okay, so when you execute this, the value inside A is 23, value inside B is 55. Welcome. Okay. So simply I will shift these statements here. Then it works sequentially. Then I will add these numbers. Like I will consider one more parameters called result. Result is equal to A plus B. Then I will write the output result, print the sum of a and b is simply comma result. The output of a and b is stored in the result, so we should pass this result here. Don't forget to give comma, and also you have to close the double quotes. Okay, then I will execute this by hitting the play button, or you can hit execute by hitting the control enter or shift enter. Okay, so I'm hitting the shift enter now. See here, it asking the enter the value for the parameter a that I will give as 65. enter the value for the parameter, b like 135. Then again I will hit enter. Then it displays the value inside a is 65, the value inside b is 135, and the sum of a and b is 65 and 135. Okay, surprising. What happened here? What happened means, here, uh, I will tell you, I'll let you know. So if you use the function, if you use the function like input will give the output as string. So what is the meaning of string? String is nothing but group of characters, like alphabets, English alphabets. Okay. So that value into a will be stored, that 10 will be stored as something like ABC, like a string or character. Okay, so what should we do now? So in order to change that string to a number in the sense we will call here as integers. Okay. So in order to change that string to integer, we should we should pass the input function into the int function. So like this. So whatever you are getting the input, that whole function, that whole function will be should be inside the int. Okay, so then we will store. So now whatever you are entering like 65 or 135 will be taken as string value, and then this string value is converted to int by using the int function, and then it will be stored here. Okay, so then the real integer, the 65 and 135 will be stored. The sum we should expect is 200. Okay, so we'll see that. And now the change is what we are going is int, that we'll put the complete input function inside the brackets. Okay, and also for the int input, everything like this input function, this whole input function we will put inside the int. Okay, so I will execute. So here I will enter 135 for a and 65 for b, and the value inside a is 135, value b is 65, and the sum of a and b is 200. Okay, so likewise, if you want if you want something like multiplication, you give a star symbol, and simply you change here like the multiplication of a and b is will be printed here. Okay, so I'll give for example 13 for the value of a. I'll hit enter. Then 13, again 13 for the value of b, and here I changed the symbol for multiplication, and I have changed it here also. So now the multiplication result will come when I hit enter. The multiplication of a and b like 13 and 13 is 169. Okay, so here we can little beautify also, like multiplication of a and b, instead of multiplication of a and b we can write like multiplication of 13 and 13 is 169. So how you can do that is, so simply whatever you want to print directly, just you put it in the double quotes. Okay, so multiplication of, and also this end should be directly print, and is should be directly print. Okay, so now after and before the double quotes you give the semicolon. Okay, sorry, comma. Now end will be printed directly, hit comma and hit comma, then here is should be inside the double quotes. Okay, so when you hit enter, value for the parameter a like 2, value for the parameter b is some 5, the result is should be 10. See here, the multiplication of 2 and 5 is 10. So likewise, you can do the subtraction and division operation also. And for the modulo operation also, you can do like that. Okay. Generally, the modulo symbol is this. Yeah, see this. So this percentage symbol is nothing but the modulo symbol. Okay. So what is modulo operation? Modulo operation is, for example, if we divide some 8 by 2, 2 fours are 8, then the remainder is 0. Okay, so this is one case. And 9 by 2, you see, here 2 fours are 8 and the remainder is 1. Okay, so this is called uh, 9 modulo 2. And 9 by 2 is like something like 4.5, 9 by 2, but 9 modulo 2 is 1. Okay, so here 8 by 2, 8 by 2 is equal to 4, 8 by 2 is equal to 4, and 8 modulo 2 is remainder, so remainder, so that is 0. Okay, so likewise, simply change here the modulo for A and B is will be printed. Okay. So for example, if I give 10 by 3, 10 by 3 means that is 3.33, but 10 modulo 3 is when you divide 3 into 3 is 9 and the remainder is 1. So 1 we can expect. So value for A is 10 and value for B is 3. So and the remainder modulo for 10 and 3 is 1. Okay. So simply modulo or reminder, you can type here. Okay. Right. Thank you all. If you have any doubts, you put in the comments. I'll let you know in the next video lecture. Okay. So I'll plan for the video lecture within a day. Thank you.